You know, when you're driving around, where they're going to school, going to work, you drive by a bunch of buildings and you don't even know what goes on inside. Look at all this stuff. This is right down the street from Fox 13 Studios. You've seen this every day, but you may not know exactly where it goes. We're going to find out how they make it. We're taking you on a field trip.
Big Buddha's checking out something called Kaddas Enterprises. Is that how you say it? Kaddas.
It sounds like ta-da.
What is this place, B?
I can't ta-da. It's a big place here. I can't ta-da everything.
You can't ta-da Kaddas?
Well, at the end, you're gonna understand why we need to do a ta-da, because as Natalie and I are talking about, these things that they make here, their products, you see them every day, and it can impact your life if their products are in place. Natalie, good morning. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here.
We just had a conversation right before we went there, and it just blew my mind away. Tell everybody at home, including Dan and Carrie, exactly what you guys do and how we're part of it, pretty much.
Right. So we are a plastic thermoform manufacturer. We're a second-generation family business. We've been here for 52 years in Salt Lake City. We just moved to this new facility because we're growing. And so we're now at 50,000 square feet.
Okay.
And we make products that cover power infrastructure. So, our products prevent animals from causing power outages. So animals, large birds of prey, squirrels, they get into these energized connection points and they can cause a power outage.
Okay.
What does that mean? Well, to you and I, it's disruptive when we can't charge our iPhones.
Yeah. Now people might think, but that doesn't affect me,
right?
But it does, or it can.
It can, yeah. So 25% of all power outages are caused by animals, and the economic impact of power outages on the U.S. alone are estimated in the billions of dollars every year. Our goal, eliminate 25% of power outages. That's a significant impact. You can charge your iPhone, we can run a business, and the animals' lives get saved.
Yeah. Well, come on over here. Come on over here. So earlier, I teased you kind of a little bit, Dan and Carrie, but these are the products, some of them that we're talking about. Now, these go over the power lines or the transformers?
Yes. So we have this. We'll go over a power structure. Goes over an insulator that you'll see up on a crossarm. And then it snaps over the top so that a large bird of prey can sit there. See, their wingspan, their wingspan is 60 inches tip to tip. That's 5 feet, excuse me. So they don't cross phase, they don't cause a power outage, and we can still run our daily lives.
Now she's the CEO, and she's granting us permission to check out the facility to see how it, basically answer the question, where does that come from? Or how is that made? But we're going to be respectful. We can't show any proprietary processes, but if you want to learn more about them in depth, the website is the best place to go, right?
Yes, Kaddas.com, Kaddas.
Thank you for your permission and allowing us to be here. Dan and Carrie, we're going to send it back to you guys in the studio, but when we come back, we're going to show you it's really, really cool. I can't even begin to tell you how cool it is, but you'll have to see it to prove it. All right, see you guys in a little bit.
All right, Big Buddha's with a local company that you would not even think about. This is pretty interesting what they do. B, tell us about them.
Well, and it affects all of us. When your power goes out, you don't think about what happened or whatever. Like, why can't I watch Netflix? My phone is at 5%. That's okay. That's just my household. Sorry. Ryan here is going to begin our field trip. Blow our minds. Let's show everybody. Okay. Let's get started.
So it starts all here at the machine, at the thermoforming machine. This is a new Mac machine that we got for in this building. The material heats up for about 3 minutes.
This material right here?
Yep. This is our own special blend. Nobody else can use it.
Okay.
It's special just for us.
How long does it sit in there, and how much time left in this process?
So it takes about 3 minutes to heat up between 375 and 400 degrees. And we have about 90 seconds until it comes out.
Okay, we'll try to time it out, because what you're going to see over here, Dan and Carrie, it's really, really cool. But we're gonna kind of speed things up. This is what it looks like. So where does this part go?
So here's the formed part, and now it continues on to the trimming process. So it comes over here to the trim station. Have various hand routers that we're using, drills, and eventually makes its way over to the bandsaw. So this is where then we have a secondary individual that helps with the trimming with the bandsaws, and from there
Now, can you reuse any of this stuff here, some of the excess, if you will?
We cannot. We have it recycled through reaction polymers.
Nice. So continue on to there. Now, is that the same part that she's working on?
Yes, yep. So that's the completed part over there. We try to do everything here at the station to be as lean as possible.
All right, well, let's come back over here. How much time do we have left before it actually pops out and the form goes up?
So we have about 15 seconds
15
left.
seconds, all right. You really want to check this out. It is so cool. You know, live TV, sometimes the timing doesn't happen as always, but if people want to learn, do you know what the website is for your
yes,
company?
you could go on Kaddas.com, Kaddas.com.
Yeah, again, they're friends to our animal, they're helping our animal friends so that they don't get injured. Now check this out. This is what I've been wanting you to wait for. Oh yeah. And then it sucks the air out.
It's
That
magic.
is so cool.
Magical.
Heck yeah. All right. Rye, thank you for starting our field
thanks
trip
a lot.
off
Yeah,
with a bang.
appreciate it.
We'll
Thanks
be
for
back with
coming.
more. See you guys in a little bit.
Safe.
Big Buddha's got a very cool behind-the-scenes look at a place that makes something that we all need every day, but we just don't even think about. What's going on, B?
He's at
What do you
Kaddas
have?
Enterprises.
I haven't heard of it.
I know, nobody has,
There's
Until today.
but you need what they make.
What are you watching, B?
Paint dry.
Oh, sorry. Carl and I were just talking. Apparently, this thing right here, we'll find out what it is, but it's mesmerizing. Like, you can't help but stop and watch this machine in action. Carl, what are we looking at?
This is a 5-axis trimming station. It's cutting cut covers for a recloser. It's like a circuit breaker for industrial equipment.
So kind of like the ones in your house, but bigger.
Much bigger, yeah. Keeps the power on.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming this is on a computer program and everything cuts out, like, these are all stacked up and they're going to eventually make their way to the cutter?
That is correct. Those are all parts that have been vacuum formed,
Right back here, D.
and they come over here to be trimmed.
Yeah, so all of those are going to eventually make its way to the cutting table.
That's right.
Yeah. This is so, now, do you have a number? How many of these do you go through in a shift? How many parts, or do you have a quota that you have to meet?
No, they're all different. This program runs about 15 minutes, and so it just depends on how many different parts we have scheduled for the day.
Right. Now, I don't know if you were joking, but as I've been here with you, people have been walking by and they just stop, and it almost has a calming effect on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video to help people sleep at night.
Hey, hey, another Kaddas product coming to you soon. Videos to help you sleep at night. Courtesy of my man Carl. So this is really cool. Yeah, Dan, you know what? You said it exactly right. These are our neighbors we drive by all the time. We don't know what's going on inside. But without this stuff, you know, we could be having power outages all the time because of our animal friends flying into those power lines. So we're going to send it back to you guys for now, but we'll come back. We're making new friends. Carl, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
All right.
Is getting an inside look at Kaddas Enterprises, and we're all kind of learning what that is this morning. B.
It's really cool stuff. I mean, a lot of this stuff goes on power lines, and it just makes sure that our animal friends don't get hurt, and we can still have some juice to power up our iPhones. Now, on Fox 13, on Good Day Utah, we refer to Thursday as Little Friday. As Rachel and I have been talking about, it is actually their Friday today. Yeah, they work 4/10s. Score. Long weekend. Boom. All right. Now, after all the process is done, you still have to inspect it to make sure it's okay to be used, right? That's where you come in.
Yeah.
Okay, walk us through what you're doing.
When we go to the bandsaw, we're looking for our work order tags here to make sure that we have all of our stuff done. We're looking for good part numbers, as well as checking for our bad parts. When we're looking at it, this one would not pass because of how thin it is and how the router, when we're routing.
Grab a good one so we can compare it side by side so we can see what we're talking about.
So you have these two. This one here is a little thin. When they're going, it got a little bit too close.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's too thin, it could break or crack when it's on the power line. We have a few more bad parts that we have. These ones would be held out just because they're so thin. When they're forming, instead of being at the 375 temperature, they may have been a little bit lower. And so we'd hold that one out because the fingers...
Because you want it to last a lot longer, right? Okay. Then you assemble the part,
then it gets assembled. It gets assembled to this point.
Okay.
We have our pins, our nuts and bolts to hold it together. as well as we're still checking for the good features on it. That right there is nice and strong. Checking for all the holes, and then we have the pins that once it's on the power line.
Do you have a stamp that says inspected by Rachel?
We have our numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if your number's on it, it's gonna go. They'll come to you if there's a question.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how they find us.
Let me see. What's your number? I just want to use Rachel's number.
Oh no.
I want to go put her
no.
number on everything. That's just yeah. Okay. Well, it looks good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now the next part is the installation. Now we can't really go onto a live power line, but we are going to show you a mock-up. That's going to happen. Well, because I don't want to die. That's why. Yeah.
Good plan.
I don't know.
All right, Buddha, how are you?
Well, I just heard Dan talk about BYOB, and I think as long as he does that, he can TYOG, take your own gas. So thank you for that one, Dan. I appreciate it. We've already built the parts, right? We've quality controls past them. They're sitting on the table, and Patrick here is going to walk us through the installation so you have a better idea of what these products are used for. Pat?
Okay, well, we've got Mike Shaw here to help us out with that from our engineering design team. So the first part that we're going to install is called a three-piece bird guard with extended length, because Natalie earlier talked about the wingspan.
Right. Now this is where we're talking about how it looks before you put your products on, right?
Right. This is a simulation of what's really in the streets of our city, right?
Okay.
So not energized, we don't want to get hurt. And it's the first step of working with these parts before it goes into reality with linemen, right? So Mike's got a hot stick that's used because they're protective, wearing his hard hat and protective gloves. And he's going to install that on the insulator. So what we're actually doing is insulating that electricity going down the conductor from our wildlife friends that are perched on the cross arms, or they may be on another line like birds are. And if they go to cross two conductors, that's where electricity flows through them.
Yeah, and I don't know if people at home heard it, but there was a snap. It snaps in place.
It's a snap fit, correct. That locks in.
I like that.
We give extra security to those covers for high winds with locking pins. So we have locking pins that will slide in there. Next part that Mike's going to put on is called a cutout cover for a cutout fuse switch. And he'll do that on the end. We designed this cover with the collaboration of the folks up at Idaho Power to fit their equipment. It works well. There's our locking pin.
This is definitely not Mike's first rodeo.
No.
He's actually moving in slow motion for us so that we can capture. But he, in a regular work day, he's probably already done out in the field, right?
True. It is fast, easy, and secure. That's right.
Now, when these are being installed out in the real world, are your guys doing it or somebody else?
No, we're not qualified, Big Buddha. No, we're not. So that's up to the linemen, the professionals that do that. We do provide consultation. We work with them, talk about the installation instructions.
Yeah.
We have to work with them to know how they're installing, because it may change the design so it works for them. Otherwise, it's not going to be good for anyone.
Dan and Carrie, join me in a round of applause. That was really cool stuff. We'll wrap things up when we come back, but right now we're going to ask Damon how the weather's going.
We're going to go out to Big Buddha right now, who's showing us something that we never even thought needed to be fixed, but somebody's fixed a problem we didn't even know existed.
Pretty cool. Check it out.
Guys, welcome back. Hopefully you had a great field trip like I had, but we wanted to wrap things up in a nice little bow because this is really the reason. One of the many reasons, obviously people too, but you're really just trying to make sure that, yes, that looks like a big eye of a bigger bird. Yes. John, that's our guest. But this is the reason why you guys do your stuff.
Right. Well, this is, there are three reasons that we do this, but obviously there's an environmental impact, and the birds can be electrocuted, and then again, it causes a power outage, which is a disruption for us, and then business as well. A utility's trying to protect their hardware. But again, we're proud of the environmental impact of our products. This is Goose. She's a peregrine falcon. Her name is Goose because she sounds like one.
Yeah.
And peregrine falcons are actually the fastest of raptors. She can fly up to 220 miles per hour.
Yeah. Now, these are the products that we're talking about. This is the relationship between our animal friends and your company is you do these things to ensure the safety and the longevity of our animal friends.
Right, indeed.
Yeah.
And again, we're really proud to partner with Hawkwatch International and their local nonprofit here that specializes in conservation and raptor population on the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is exactly why we do this. It impacts all of us.
Again, you just never know what you're driving by every day as you go to work and you go to school. They're right here in our community, and if you want to learn more about them, the website's the best place to do that.
Right, Kaddas.com.
All right, we'll put a link on our website as well to make it super easy, fox13now.com. Thanks for stopping by. Bye, guys.